Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all doing well, and thank you for taking the time to listen to our talk. We're very excited to announce the launch of Radar, an initiative by Khaligesk, which we've been working on for the past year. Okay. To start out with, who is Khaligesk? What do we do? Why do we exist? Khaligesk was launched in 2009, and just to give you a little bit of context, that was pre-Instagram. Instagram didn't exist. So we felt very disconnected, and we had no updates when it came to the cultural and creative scenes in Kuwait and the GCC. So we decided to launch a publication, an online and print publication, that highlights the creatives, interviews them, talk about their challenges, what they're facing, and also highlight what's going on in the creative scene. We featured nearly 3,000 creatives across those years. They're based all across the GCC, as well as internationally. Anyone that has a link to the Arab Gulf countries, we tend to, stalk, research, figure out what they're doing, and catch up with them. So this is just a selection of the print publications that we've published. I hope some of them are very familiar to you. Actually, some of them might be at this event today. And we've also interviewed Her Excellency, the Minister of Culture, Noor Al-Kaabi, and she gave us a very insightful interview just talking about where the UAE is going and all of that's happening, which really prompted us to highlight these events and happenings in different ways, not just through content. We also do events and exhibitions. We always want the conversation to keep going. We want to create safe places for people to discuss their challenges, their fears of being a creative, and also to network and communicate and build stronger relationships with each other. So the question, the million-dollar question, why did we start mapping? It's a very easy question. Very easy answer. We were frustrated. We had no idea how to process all of the information and all of the updates that were happening. We were overwhelmed by the amount of events, competitions, awards, conferences, you name it, across the GCC. And we decided to, just do a little bit of research to understand what's out there. And during this year, we've mapped more than 200 creative and cultural organizations in the GCC alone. The number is 200 and counting. This is a work in progress. We're still mapping, we're still doing the process. And these organizations and institutions span the government, private sector, nonprofits, universities, embassies, co-working spaces, and the list goes on and on. All of them have a hand in the creative and cultural industries. All of them are active. They have tons of programming. They have tons of educational opportunities. They're, launching awards and competitions. And we decided that we needed to do something. We needed to make everyone's life easier, which is why we decided to launch Radar. So we're very proud to officially launch Radar here with you today. Thank you. Thank you. So Radar is a resource for creatives in and from the GCC. Whether you're looking for opportunities, events, jobs, you name it, I'm going to be playing a video which will encapsulate everything that Radar is all about. So it's easy. You go to the page, you write a keyword, photography, design, workshops. You filter through category, you filter through country, or if you want to filter through the date, something that's happening in December, for example, in the UAE, and related to events, you'll find out what's happening then and there. So we have these categories, main categories. So news. What are the latest updates? What's happening? This is where you can come see a very concise and very short brief of the latest news. Okay. Opportunities. Opportunities encompass competitions, awards, whether it's something that's happening this month or in 3 months. It's good to be updated and you're aware of what's happening so that you have time to apply. I don't know how many of you have seen a competition and then the deadline is in 2 days. Or you've seen an event and it's happening, in a week's time in another country and you don't have time to book a flight or a hotel. So Radar is going to be your best friend. Events such as conferences and forums, you name it. Education. There's a lot of educational opportunities available, which is amazing. Training programs, workshops, apprenticeships, traineeships. Every single day, we're finding more and more listings. We were working this morning, just updating the platform with listings. Jobs. We know how important it is for creatives to have jobs. That makes everything sustainable for the industry and for the creatives themselves. We are actively partnering up with the organizations because we want timely information. We want information that is legit, basically. And we want to make sure that there is communication, clear communication between the organizations and the creative audiences. There's a lot of potential. There are creatives across the GCC that want to take advantage of everything that this region has to offer. What's missing is the accessibility. The information is not out there. And that is something that we hold dear to our hearts because we want to make sure that everyone takes advantage of what's out there. So, what did we learn throughout the process? What did we learn by building Radar? What did we learn by meeting with all of these amazing, amazing organizations? They are active. They have years' worth of plans and programming. And we were so eager during the events of can we publish now? Can we talk about this now? We want everyone to know about this. And funnily enough, probably the majority, I would say 95% of the people that we met with, the organizations, faced two main challenges. They had a difficulty reaching audiences. And this was apparent in all the organizations. And we were very surprised. We thought that they probably have their information channels and know how to promote and market the events. But they genuinely felt a gap and a disconnect between the organization and their programming and how to effectively reach audiences. They are looking to partner up and make sure that they reach the widest amount of people possible. Number two, the challenges that these organizations faced was the lack of quality engagement. And what is meant here is the lack of quality applications, people applying to awards and competitions, or whether attending workshops. They felt that they're not reaching the right people, and whether they're having the people with them in the events or the trainings or applying to competitions, the awards, the process or the applications are lacking. So it's twofold. It's a twofold situation. We all know creatives suffer from imposter syndrome. So this is my plea for everyone listening today. Please, if you do see an application or an award or a job opening or any type of opportunity, apply. Please apply, because people are trying to reach you. These organizations are trying to reach you, and this is why they're there, to offer all of this to you. What are the areas of potential? After this year-long project, this is our dream and our goal, is to create a consolidated schedule, a cultural and creative schedule, so that everyone can know and plan and attend all of these amazing events, make sure that they're taking advantage of the opportunities, and really increase the awareness of everything that's happening. We'd also like to see, and organizations also want to collaborate with each other, and that is something that we're planning to do, bringing all of these organizations in discussions and just to let each other communicate. Basically, ask each other, so what are you up to? What are you doing? How can we collaborate? How can we help and probably find a way to grow together? There's also an amazing opportunity for creative tourism. There needs to be a way where you can see what's happening, for example, in a certain week. You can book, you can travel, you can take advantage of everything that's going on. But nowadays, there's like 3 or 4 different events happening at the same time, and it's pretty hard to kind of juggle all of that. The other area of potential is that organizations want to collaborate and host each other, build off of each other's strengths. So this is why we're so excited about Radar. You can see what's happening. You can tap into all of the potential that's out there, and we welcome you to check out Radar. You can scan the code, visit Radar, start filtering, choose the category that you want. We also welcome you to subscribe to our newsletter. We have a monthly newsletter where we give you the latest updates for the month, what's happening, what's going on. And we also welcome organizations, whether they're governmental, private sector, SMEs, co-working spaces. Please submit your listing. We're not charging for this. Just go ahead. It's a very simple process. Just fill out the form, and our team will update your listing onto the page. And to just finalize and summarize everything, we want to keep this conversation going. If you are facing any challenges, whether you're an organization or you're a creative, you want to know, the easiest way to find out what's going on, let us know. We are actually right here. Our team is right here next to the stage in the Khaleejsk pod. And we look forward to hearing from you. And I hope you enjoy Radar and make the most out of it. Thank you.